Hello and welcome to Factorio Space Age. Today I want to show you how you can get basically unlimited legendary copper and legendary steel from quite a simple process. And I've made this thing here to better visualize that process. So we're simply going to start with some legendary coal. And if you don't know how to get legendary coal, you can check out my previous video on asteroid upcycling. That will be linked down in the description. But when we have our legendary coal, we're going to grab that and we're going to make some legendary plastic. And we're then going to add that together with some molten iron and molten copper to make some legendary low density structures. And with our low density structures, we're going to recycle that to get some legendary plastic back. And we're also going to get some legendary copper and legendary steel, because that's what you use when you craft low density structures with just items. So this is what we want. This is what we're gonna grab and get outbound from this. And then with this plastic, we're gonna recycle that and back into the same process again. And if we have good enough productivity, that means that this plastic will be enough to fuel this process indefinitely. And that's 300% productivity on these ones. So right here in the foundries. And you can get that with, well, in a few different ways, but the way I have it is with 4 productivity, 3 modules in legendary quality. So that's a total of 100 productivity. The foundry has 50 productivity, so that's 150. And then I have low dense structures productivity research up to 15, so that's 150. So that's a total of 300. But as long as you have 300, you can run this cycle indefinitely and never run out of plastic. And if you have almost 300, that's fine too. You're just gonna have to add a tiny bit of coal. Legendary coal, and if you have less productivity, that's fine too. You're only gonna have to add tiny little bit more coal, but that should be quite a tiny amount either way, so you should be fine. So this is the blueprint that I made for this process. So right here we're making some legendary plastic with our legendary coal together with some petroleum gas that I made with this blueprint right here. And the video for this blueprint will also be linked down in the description. So everything you need for this, I've made a video on, and both videos will be linked down in the description. So we grab the plastic and we make low density structures with some molten iron and molten copper that we get from up here, and that's just a regular molten copper and iron. Nothing too fancy there. We then grab these finished products and we recycle them, and we add the plastic back into this box. And if we have a too small amount of plastic, then this inserter is going to activate to add some more. But as I said, if you have 300 productivity on these ones, after a while, it shouldn't need to add more plastic ever. And we then grab the copper and steel right here and put them onto belts. That then goes into some belt stackers so that we get this even nice flow of stacked copper and steel instead of this ugly mess right here. And then if you notice this thing right here, this just to make sure that the machine doesn't get stuck, because for example, if we have too much copper, that would mean that we couldn't continue to produce any steel, and the same is true for the other way around. So I have set up some basic conditions here so that if we have a lot of copper and not enough steel, then we're gonna output some copper right here, and that will go together with the stone from these ones right into lava. And the same goes for steel as well. If we have too little copper and we also have too much steel, then we're going to output some steel and throw that out into lava. And that's basically the process. So if you feel like you want to get some legendary copper and legendary steel, feel free to copy this blueprint for free from the description. And if you found it useful, feel free to leave a like or maybe even consider subscribing. That would make me really happy. And with that said, I really hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you next time.